I always thought my biggest enemy would be competition. Someone smarter than me, someone richer than me, someone more experienced than me. But when I started building my startup, I discovered something much scarier. The person standing in my way was me. For years, I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I watched founders build companies. I watched people like Iman Ghazi, Devi Fugati. I watched people create things that impacted millions. And like many people, I also had big dreams. I imagined the future, the life I wanted, the companies I wanted to build, the person I wanted to become. But there was one damn problem. I was spending more time dreaming about the future than actually building it. And that's what I call the illusion. The illusion that one day everything will magically come together for me, that one day I'll be ready, that one day I'll have enough knowledge, enough confidence, enough resources, enough time. I lived in that illusion for damn years. Then I started building, and that's when everything changed. Because once I started working on my startup, I couldn't hide anymore. Nobody was stopping me from coding, nobody was stopping me from learning, nobody was stopping me from building. Yet I still found myself procrastinating, delaying important work, avoiding difficult tasks, getting distracted, making excuses, and that's when I realized something. The startup wasn't creating these problems, it was exposing them. And for the first time, I was forced to face the person in the mirror, the guy who wanted success but wasn't always willing to do the work, the guy who made promises to himself and broke them, the guy who wanted results but sometimes chose comfort. And honestly, that realization hurt. Because it's easy to blame circumstances, it's easy to blame luck, it's easy to blame the world. It's much harder to look at yourself and admit that maybe you have been standing in your own way. But strangely enough, that realization was also freeing. Because if I was the problem, if the problem was in me, I could become the solution too. I couldn't control what wasn't in my hand, but I could really control my actions. And then I could wake up and train, I could sit down and code, I could learn, I could create, and I could just work hard. And slowly, with this mindset, I started understanding something. Entrepreneurship isn't just being about building a company, but it's also about rebuilding yourself. Until and unless you change your own mindset, you change who you are not going to make something very meaningful out of scratch. And the hardest battle is against the version of yourself that wants comfort more than growth, the version that wants the dream but wants to avoid the work. How can someone avoid the work and just be successful out of nowhere? So, building this startup taught me something I'll never forget. The biggest obstacle wasn't the market, it wasn't the competition, it wasn't the resources that I didn't have. It was me, it was just me. That's all I had to fight with, and the day I accepted, that was the day my life started changing. Well, that's all I wanted to share today. You will see me around soon because it's not over until I win.